young boy, Theodore Roosevelt was raised by both his loving parents in a stable household. He was a sickly boy when he was growing up, and was afflicted by asthma. However, Theodore didn't like this, and forced himself to exercise to the point at which he could literally flex his problems away. As he grew up, he traveled extensively through Europe, where he met the love of his life, Alice Hathaway Lee. He married her shortly after. With his new life and his loving mother by his side, he felt unstoppable, like nothing could bring him down. Then they died. To cope with this immeasurable grief, Theodore did the first thing that he could think of. Riding headfirst into a line of Spanish rifles in the name of freedom. Oh yeah, and he got a new wife, named Edith Kermit Caro. With his new wife and his ultimate Chad powers, Theodore rose to the position of vice president. Theodore's plan was coming together. However, Leon Frank messed up his KD and killed President McKinley before he could. However tragic this was for Theodore, he still rose to the position of president after McKinley died. With his newfound power, Theodore could finally get down to business, using his magnum baton to start busting some trusts. Theodore was busting all over the place, and no one was stopping him until he met his greatest enemy. The railroad trust led by J.P. Morgan was the biggest enemy Theodore would face as president. He did the only thing he could think of. He gave J.P. Morgan no warning and filed a suit against his company. The court system handled the case, and the Supreme Court decided to break up the trust on a 4-5 vote. Now Theodore was free to bust wherever he pleased, and became one of the most well-known presidents ever. He later died in 1919. His last words were, "Put out that light, James." James died in 1928. A review of the movie. This movie sucked. Not only did it largely misrepresent the time period, but it also failed to create an entertaining experience for the viewer. The casting was terrible, and the only actor that didn't feel out of place was Danny DeVito. However, the rest of the cast was a miserable failure. Along with this major failure, the film's short runtime of 13 minutes and 39 seconds didn't leave enough time for me to finish my dinner, and I had to bring it home and eat it when it was cold. Review by Danny DeVito. And I picked the song Police Truck by Dead Kennedys because the political activism of the band mirrored Theodore Roosevelt's revolutionary concepts of his time, and it sounded cool.